the great source of happiness ends up in lamentation. Some of us would have heard about this term called as Midas touch. How many of you have heard Midas touch? It's a phenomena, or it is attributed to a person who, like any kind of engagement he gets into, he brings a lot of prosperity. Like anything he touches, it turns into gold. So actually there is a background for why this particular terminology is named after this particular person, Midas. So there was a king by name Midas who was ruling over the one particular kingdom. So it so happened, this king was very fond of acquiring gold. Anywhere he would find gold, or anyone who gives him gold, he will be very happy. And naturally, being a king, he would look for places where he can go and plunder some kingdom or defeat some kings and acquire the gold from that kingdom also. So he was always in the mood of how to get gold, because his goal of life was to get gold. And he thought that if I possess all the gold in this world, I'll be the most happiest person. So in this process, he was always looking for, where do I get gold? In fact, he was so infatuated with gold that he named his daughter as Marigold, because he wanted to remember, like how we in our Vaishnava tradition, we name the children as something as Ram Das, Krishna Das, like that. So he named his daughter as Marigold, so that he can remember gold very often. And what happened? One day, it so happened, a saintly person came to his kingdom. And at least at that time, the tradition was good, even in other countries, that this person took very nice care of the saintly person. And then saintly person was very pleased with the reception offered by the king. So the saintly person offered to give him some boon. And what did our king do? The king asked, my dear saintly person, if you want to give me some boon, then I wish that you bless me that anything I touch, that becomes gold. So this was the boon which he sought from the saintly person. The saintly person tried to explain to him, no, you think that you will become happy by getting gold, but this boon is going to become a curse for you. But this king was so engrossed in getting the gold that he said that, no, if you at all want to give me some boon, you please give me this boon. And what is that boon? That anything I touch, it should immediately become gold. So then saintly person said that, okay, tathastu, this is what if you desire, then please, I would not object to this. So he blessed the king with that boon. And the king, after getting the blessings, he is on cloud 9. And he's thinking that now I have got this power. Now I should see whether this works or not. So what did he immediately do? He first entered into his assembly, where he is administrating the kingdom, and he goes around the pillar and touches the pillar. And what happens to the pillar? The pillar turns into gold. And the king is so happy that, oh, see, in my kingdom, my assembly, the pillars are made of gold. And he touches all the pillars and makes it gold. And he's so happy. Then he goes to his simhasana. He touches the simhasana. That also becomes gold. Then he goes around identifying various objects and touching them. It becomes gold. So he's very excited, very happy. He's like top of the world. Like whatever he wanted to get, he got. And then he had maintained a very nice garden of rose. He goes to the garden and says that, what is this rose? I'll make golden rose, which no one has heard of. So he goes and touches all the rose plants, which his daughter had planted. And he touches them, and all the plants become gold. Rose becomes rose gold. So like this, he is like little tired after this adventure of turning things into gold. Now he decides that, okay, for today it's enough. Whatever items I have made into gold, it's sufficient. So let me go. Now I become tired. And when we become tired, what we do? We try to consume something, right? So he wanted to have food. So then he goes and sits on his dining table. The moment he sits on the chair and touches the chair becomes gold. Then he puts his hand on the dining table. The table becomes gold. He's like, okay, never mind. It is good only, that chair and table has also become gold. So I am so rich, I'm so opulent that I am dining on a golden dining table. So now the servers bring all varieties of food stuff. So king, after seeing that, he's like, his hunger has increased even more. So he's like excited, now I'm going to enjoy this. And the moment he touches one food item, that becomes gold. Then he touches another item, that also turns into gold. He touches the water glass, that also turns into gold. Now the king is like, anything I'm touching, it's becoming gold. Now I cannot eat gold. Now what to do? So he's like, again he tries that, okay, let me try this item. And it turns into gold. So the king is like, now I'm hungry. It's one of the miseries, hunger and thirst. So he's hungry. Now what to do? Anything he's touching is becoming gold. Now what to do? So he's thinking that actually the sage was right, that this is going to create problem for me. So in this process, he goes to one place and sits on a bench just to relax. Okay, I'm not able to eat anything, at least let me sit and relax. He sits on the bench becomes gold. So now he is like fully frustrated that wherever I am seeing, whatever I am touching, it's becoming gold. So I don't want to see gold at all. And the meantime, it so happens that king's daughter Marigold, when she sees that her beautiful garden has become a gold, who likes artificial flower which doesn't give any fragrance? We don't say gold giving any fragrance, right? So when the king's daughter discovers that her garden is destroyed like this by her father, she wants to go and request to do something about it. And when the king sees his daughter coming towards him, so he understands that my daughter is upset. And the moment the daughter approaches him, he tries to pacify her by patting on her back. And what happens? Daughter turns into gold. And the king exclaims, what a curse I have got, that my daughter, my beloved daughter, now I cannot have any relationship with. Because of my greediness for acquiring gold, I have lost my daughter. And eventually, the king dies of starvation. Because he is not able to eat anything, he is not able to drink anything, naturally he will die. So what he perceived to be the greatest source of his enjoyment became the greatest source of his lamentation, and it led to his ultimate downfall. So that is the thing which is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj says, the remedies to the material problems sometimes becomes the greatest problems itself. So that is the nature of this material world.